Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving into a fascinating mathematical work titled An Infinitely Large Napkin. It's a self-contained introduction to higher mathematics, aiming to provide an intuitive understanding of various advanced topics. Think of it as a deep dive, but without getting bogged down in rigorous proofs for every single theorem.
A napkin approach, you say? That sounds intriguing. What kind of mathematical concepts does it cover?
Oh, it's a broad spectrum. We're talking groups, metric spaces, topology, linear algebra, representation theory, quantum algorithms, calculus, complex analysis, measure theory, algebraic number theory, algebraic topology, and even category theory. It's quite ambitious in scope.
Wow, that's quite a range. How does it manage to cover so much ground without getting overly dense?
That's the beauty of the napkin approach. The author prioritizes explaining the why behind theorems, rather than getting bogged down in the nitty-gritty of the proofs. He focuses on providing intuitive explanations, key examples, and the precise statements of important theorems, giving the reader a strong feel for each topic without the exhaustive detail of a full university course.
I see, so it's more about building intuition and understanding the big picture, rather than mastering every technical detail. That's a refreshing approach. Does it assume a high level of prior mathematical knowledge?
It does assume some mathematical maturity. The author expects the reader to be comfortable with proofs, logical arguments, and basic set theory, but it's definitely accessible to a wider audience than a typical graduate-level textbook. He even mentions unusually intelligent kittens fluent in English as a potential readership.
That's a great way to set the tone. So what are some specific examples of the intuitive explanations you mentioned? How does it make these advanced topics more accessible?
Well, for instance, in linear algebra, instead of starting with matrices, it emphasizes linear maps as the fundamental objects. This makes concepts like the determinant and eigenvalues much more intuitive. Similarly, in topology, it starts with metric spaces to build intuition before moving to the more abstract topological spaces. The author also uses a lot of visual aids and analogies to make the concepts more memorable and easier to grasp.
That makes sense. It sounds like a really effective way to learn these topics. Are there any exercises or problems included?
Absolutely. The book includes 3 levels of problems: inline questions, inline exercises, and more challenging problems at the end of each chapter. Some of these are quite difficult, even Olympiad-level problems. The author even provides hints and solutions in the appendices.
That's excellent. It sounds like a really valuable resource for anyone interested in learning higher mathematics. Is the book freely available online?
Yes, it is. The source code and PDF are hosted on GitHub, and the author encourages pull requests for corrections and suggestions. He even asks for pictures of kittens.
Fantastic. I'll definitely be checking this out. Thanks for bringing this to our attention. It sounds like a truly unique and valuable resource for anyone interested in exploring advanced mathematics.
You're welcome. And that's all the time we have for today's Tech Bytes and News. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time for another exciting exploration of the tech world and beyond. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.